What's going on, guys? My name is Matt with Carolina Coops, and I'm coming to you right now from Elkhorn, Wisconsin. We have two new things we have never done before. What makes this a Craftsman Coop is we have the hen house in the back solid structure part of the area, which also serves as a shed. And then also coming off of the hen house shed area is the run. Now, one of the first things I noticed, other than this beautiful coopscaping, this is a little bit different. So now if we come down here, and especially for you YouTube chicken police, want to get this right out of the way. Yes, we have a predator apron that's going all the way around her entire coop. Now, here's what's interesting is there's this beautiful concrete foundation that the coop sits on. We went in, we Tapcon down the pressure treated sill plate, and then from there we lag screwed down the coop to the sill plate, right? Now, I noticed what Ethan did here is he came up to the sill plate and attached there with the stainless steel staples. Nothing wrong with that, but honestly, I think he could have skipped that extra work and just kept the predator apron tight to the concrete beam here and covered that up with the stone, and we would have been perfectly fine. Maybe that was something that the customer said, no, go ahead and attach it just in case. But the whole idea behind this predator apron is so that a predator cannot dig underneath this run. It's just that simple. And it comes out about 2 feet. And what happens is when a predator tries to get into the chicken coop, try to dig into the run, they're gonna come all the way here, try to dig down. Even though we got some, stone going around the foundation, they will hit that predator apron because they will try to pull those rocks away, and they will hit that predator apron and not be able to dig into the run. They do not know to be able to come out 2 feet and then start to dig underneath and bypass that predator apron. Now, the other thing too that I love a lot about this particular coopscaping, so we've been here about a month. I'm sure it's rained. Notice we don't have ring around the run, right? So we got no gutter here, but when the water comes off and let's say it hits soil, you get that backsplash and you have like this line of dirt going all the way around the coop like that. Is that the end of the world? No, but a lot of people just love to have their coops absolutely beautiful. She doesn't have that because of the water. The rainwater that's running off the roof is hitting the foundation, going right into the stone and not getting that splashback. So I absolutely love it. Right here, we got our Dutch door, okay? Again, Dutch doors are great. She's got her carabiners. I love they got black carabiners now that match the hardware. But let's say you don't want to let your chickens free range and you want to give them table scraps, you just open up this top half of the Dutch door, throw the table scraps in there, and you are done. But of course, you can open up the entire Dutch door just like that, okay? So we'll go in there in a little bit. We're gonna keep walking around the outside. Manual chicken run door right here. For the longest time, we would put the manual chicken run door outside and have it hinge outside. But in this particular situation, because when Ethan was here to install the chicken guard, the all-in-one auto door is actually missing parts. So I said, listen, we're gonna go out and film, we'll come out, we'll install it when we're here. So that's actually what I'm gonna do today. But what's gonna happen is I'm gonna install the auto door on the outside, and then I'll just take the manual door and hook it open on the inside. Here's why I love that. Because the auto door is on the outside, which is ideal, especially if you're gonna use the photo cell, so that you can have the door open up in the morning based on the sun and have it close at night based on the sun. You want on the outside, okay? But let's say the batteries died, you don't have replacement batteries, or something just happens with the auto door, you have the manual chicken run door on the inside to close off in the meantime. Does that make sense in case it ever fails? This looks like a custom color. Camera lady, do you know? Oh, she wanted to match the color of her trim on her barns. Okay, well that actually makes sense. Do this a lot where customers will ask us, well, can you match a color? Of course we can. We use Sherwin-Williams. We love the solid acrylic stain. It does the absolute best, but she probably wants us to match probably the white metal part to match her coop, and I can see that now. So that's absolutely beautiful. Check this out. Very simple. We got our gutter that we installed, collect the rainwater. The rainwater fills into the rain barrel. The rain barrel then, as long as the hose bib is on, will feed that water bar. Water goes through the pump, through the water bar. When the pump does turn on, it will circulate the water back into the rain barrel, and then come winter time, we'll have the de-icer down inside here so it doesn't freeze. Okay, and you can actually see the de-icer right here. I love what they did. This is, I'm gonna say almost textbook perfect. I love, they have a GFI outlet right up here underneath the soffit, so it's gonna stay out of the weather. But also, I didn't even notice it until I came over here. So literally, when it comes to this de-icer come wintertime, or when it's gonna start freezing at night, all you're gonna do is plug it in, I'm actually done, just like that. Now there is a thermostatic switch that will also plug in here that'll tell the pump when to turn on and off based on the temperature, because you don't need the pump running constantly. Now, something you guys have asked a lot is, Matt, how in the world do I go clean my rain barrel? Now, our older rain barrels for years, they were kind of tricky to clean because the only opening you have is right up here. But think about it, if you go to clean your rain barrel, don't overthink it, guys. Just clean it out like you would, like you're doing dishes, okay? However, our new rain barrels have something really, really cool. Check this out. The lid now comes off completely. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at there. Get in here. Get a shot of this. Now notice the de-icer too. This is the de-icer I'm talking about. And again, you just plug it in, set it, forget it. It's like a cat. It always lands on its feet. And it doesn't get any easier now to clean out your rain barrel. That lid is completely removable. Love, love, love that. This is actually, I think, my first time seeing one with water in it. Nice. Love that. And this one's all black too, which she probably chose specifically to match her roofing, but we also have these in all kinds of different colors. This is the business end. We're here, so we might as well get into it. We got our cantilever doors. We got ventilation, tons of ventilation. You can never have enough ventilation when it comes to your hen house. And she's got a carabiner right here on this gate latch, which is great. You don't need them on here because we are protecting this opening by this 1/2-inch hardware cloth right there. All right, so we only need one carabiner back here. But I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. This looks so good. Oh, and I hope to God none of the chickens get out on me. Oh, we got one laying, sorry. So we got one laying. They weren't kidding. Oh my God, I don't want one to get out on us. So we're gonna have to do this quickly. So look at the beautiful hemp bedding inside here. There you go, honey. Yeah, get back down there. There you go. We got the deep litter system. They can go over a year without having to clean out their hen house. Anyways, but you guys get the idea. So we have a 4x8 hen house. So all we're doing is splitting the shed in half. This is all using that acre siding. All right, let me go ahead and close that. You guys have seen the hen house enough times. Look at how much room there is, tons of ventilation. I'll be that guy that's gonna get a chicken out and then all of a sudden a hawk will come down and take it, and I don't know if I can live with that. But you guys get the idea. Of course, here's the deep litter door. It drops down, makes it very, very easy to clean. The other thing I wanted to mention is this is all that new acre material. Rot proof, and it's bug proof, and it's also, we found out, is heat resistant. Now, everything can potentially burn, so take that as you will, but I just thought that was very interesting. But more importantly, it is just an absolute perfect material, so it requires zero maintenance. So here we are. This is one of the best parts of a chicken coop. This is where you're gonna come and collect the eggs. We have our 3-gang egg hutch, and we're gonna have 3 nest boxes in there. Now, if you remember, we do have 1 chicken in here. I'm gonna show you guys right now why I love our egg hutches. If this roof lifted up and we need to go in there right now and get eggs, we would scare her, she would take off, and we don't wanna do that. So we're just gonna take this carabiner, remove that, open up the gate latch, and there she is, a little bantam. And it looks like we got the hemp fiber nest pads. Oh, those look so good. Oh, okay, I guess she's done laying. Look at these eggs. Guys, it doesn't get any better than that. Look how nice and perfect those eggs are. You can hear she just got done laying an egg. All right, yep. That's the egg song, if you ever heard one. Check out these nest pads. These are our new Carolina Coops premium industrial hemp nest pads. Makes it so easy. You know, to be honest with you, for the longest time, I have been anti-nest pad. And the reason is, it's just not natural in my eyes, but I can see this has been a great solution to make it convenient for you as the chicken owner to not have to constantly be in there cleaning out nesting material, especially in the beginning, because that's one of the things they're gonna do, is I love hay. I love like a coastal hay or a Timothy grass or whatever. Use that as nesting material. But here you can see, textbook example, if you don't want to have to monkey with that nesting material, it is so convenient to just use our nest pads. And look how thick they are. They fit in there perfectly, and there's no clean out right here. They're growing on me, I guess is what I'm saying. Now you can always put some nesting material on top of these nest pads too. That's probably the ideal situation. Love it. Look at this too. Here's the other thing I love about our coops, because they're so big. You can have tons of room to hang, in this case, some chicken coop art. Oh, look at this. I just noticed that. Look at, okay, so she's got storm shields. that makes sense. So storm shields, we'll talk about that when we get back into the run, but the storm shields are what she can screw on the inside of the run or the outside, but it looks better on the inside to block the wind chill. So way up here in Wisconsin, especially, it's pretty flat here. I imagine they get some pretty high winds. That's gonna be awesome. But you can see the foam inserts that we have to put underneath all the ribs to make sure that cold wind and snow can't blow in underneath. Now, it's way overkill in my opinion, but we do make that standard now when people get storm shields. Gosh, the other thing I forgot to mention too is this is what we call board and batten style siding. And the reason why I say board and batten style is it's not true board and batten. I just think that's very important for people to know, because we do offer true board and batten out of solid wood, just like they used to build homes and barns and whatnot back in the old days. But this is, again, just all that wonderful acre material. We have these large sheets of acre that we cut out on the CNC machine, and then we attach it, and then we go over top of it with the trim and the battens to give that beautiful look. Again, more windows, tons of ventilation. I have not been inside yet. I see something really, really cool. I can't wait to show you guys. Look at, we got concrete out here. Look at this doormat. That is just absolutely gorgeous. I love all this room that you have to just really make the coop look beautiful. All right, so I'm inside the hen house shed area. And again, so the actual hen house area is an actual 4x8. And because the overall structure back here is 8x8, we just split it in half. It's just that simple. Now, here is what made this coop so unique, something we did for the first time, and which is very, very cool. And that is, Kimberly, if you just want to walk back that way, look at this. This is the first time we've been able to go from the shed area directly into the run, where normally you'd have to walk out of the hen house area and then come in through the Dutch door. Oh my gosh. How awesome is that? I'll never forget when this idea was first proposed to me. I was like, that is genius. That is such a simple idea. I remember saying, I'm embarrassed we didn't think of it before. And there was a very big domino effect that happened. This is the art of coop building, is when the customer insisted, I want this door so that she can go from her hen house into the run, but yet wanted an internal feeder hopper. That caused a major problem to make room for everything. So I'm about to show you what Evan came up with, and it absolutely worked out perfect. So here you can see the feeder ports to the internal feeder hopper. But now here's what happened. If you look at this, the hen house wall splitting this main wall in half. So we know the chickens have to have access to go in this way. So now we have to have the chicken door over there. But we have to have a feeder hopper, internal feeder hopper that's easy to put the feed in, but yet normally that feeder hopper would actually be right here. Well, we couldn't put it here. Door needs to be here, so the feeder hopper has to move over. Well, how do you do that? Well, let's go inside and take a look at that. And actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh my gosh, okay, so here's what we're gonna do while we're out here. Here's one of the reasons why I love, and I've added standard, the hen house chicken door. Earlier when we were filming, I was worried one of the girls were gonna get out. Chickens are very curious creatures, and when you open up the back hen house doors, let's say you wanna clean it and you can absolutely not free range, you don't want them to get out, so you make sure they're all down inside the run, and now you just take this door and shut it. Now we're gonna make sure they can't get out. This one too, especially, she is, I'm sorry, hold on, we got some filming to do. Are you okay with that? No? Okay, I'm sorry, I won't be long, I promise. Okay, so let's go in here. I love that. I love that door. That is amazing. All right, so as I was just, oh, look at this. So we got some beautiful lighting, beautiful electric work. Let's see if I can get the switch right. Of course, this is the last one. All right, how's that shot? Look better? Great. What a great job with the electrical work. All right, so we got some beautiful lighting in here. She's got this beautiful floor mat down. Also, don't forget, we got these drawers. Look at that. Oh my gosh, come on. It doesn't get any better than that. Look at this beautiful hemp. This is our new industrial hemp grown right here in the United States. Beautiful painting. That almost looks like all her chickens. I almost think we have a dead-on match. But either way, you guys get the idea. We have all this storage underneath here. It just makes it so easy. But again, as I was saying earlier, this is the art of coop building. This is the domino effect. The customer wanted this door right here. She insisted to have an internal feeder hopper. But what we had to do is figure out a way to make it easy for you to be able to add feed into the feeder hopper. So all we did is added this little door here, but there is a large sloping angle, so the feed, just through gravity, fills right down into the feeder ports. And that is just absolutely beautiful. And we added this metal. Okay, normally we use acre. We needed something a little bit more slipperier because we needed to make sure, because it wasn't as steep, we had to decrease the angle, but we still got to make sure the feed slides down with very, very little resistance. We added the inside with metal, so that feed just goes right down into those feeder ports. So think about it, when you're needing to get feed to your chickens and maybe it's running low and it's raining outside or whatever, you can just come in here, grab, maybe that's what's in here. I was kind of curious, maybe she won't mind. I want to poke my nose in here, see what's in here. Oh no, she's got all kinds of goodies. But look at that, I love that. Look at this tote, it fits in here perfectly. She's got all kinds of goodies right there. Nice and easy to get to. So I'm gonna assume her feed's over there in that other drawer. But you guys get the idea. We'll pull the drawer out, we'll take the feed bag, and we did do a lot of tests when we were making this. I wanna say this holds about 200 pounds of feed, but either way, you just dump it in and you're done. It just doesn't get any simpler than that. So Evan did it once again. He figured out a solution to have the internal feeder hopper and to have this door so we have access to get into the run from the shed area without having to go outside. Freaking love it so much. I mean, why not make it beautiful? Look at this inside here. And while we're over here, let me open up this drawer. It's not being nosy and curious. Got healthy straw, absolutely. Again, you guys get the idea. It just makes it so easy. It's out of the elements. You don't have to lug it from the barn and into the coop. It's already right here for you. Now, here's the other thing I love about, especially the Craftsman Coop, is even on the inside, the original design came from a lady that she said, I have to be inside the hen house for my therapy. And I was like, okay, we can figure this out. But nobody really wants to sit inside the hen house where the chickens are defecating and whatnot. So here we have the perfect situation where you're in, we just basically reinvented what a hen house should be. And that is, you have the area where the chickens, are inside here. This is where they're sleeping at night. Let's say, again, it's storming outside. You don't want to have to add your deep litter. You don't want to have to add industrial hemp from the outside. You can just do it right here. I mean, why not? It's already right here. Look at it. It's just this easy. Grab your hemp, dump it in there. But either way, it was all about therapy. And why not make it so that you can make the hen house so beautiful by having all this wall space to add art. And even this little sitting area with a pillow, I love it. This is awesome. All right, guys, make sure you know what to do. Leave your comments and questions down below. If you're not already a subscriber, please do us a huge favor. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you are the first to know anytime one of our new videos come out live or when we go live, because we love to be able to talk to you guys directly. We'll see you next time. Later.